Welcome back for episode 2 of Touchdown Live in the Huddle. Each week we're going around the tri-state to recap the previous week's worth of high school football action and also look ahead to the upcoming week's games.
Yes, plus we'll give you a glimpse into what the sidelines are like when we mic up a coach during our game of the week. And every week we'll unveil our Touchdown Live Player of the Week winner that you folks at home will get to vote on. Man, can't believe week 2 is almost here.
Football is back and I'm more than excited. Now, first off, we're going to take a look back at some of the top matchups from this past Friday. Maybe the most exciting game that we covered was the Castle at North game. What a wild one this one was. The Huskies surged to a 19-7 lead at one point behind the efficient running of QB Jaden Jones and tailback Hunter McKinney. Then back came the Knights as they scored 2 straight touchdowns to lead 22-19. They then traded touchdowns as North retook the lead 26-22 before the Knights rallied the lead 29-26 with 5 minutes left. North then drove all the way down to the 1, but Castle stuffed a jet sweep, forced a fumble, and recovered it with 10 seconds left, and that clinched the Knights' victory. What a way to start the season.
Yeah, it was. Up in Huntingburg, North Posey got a big statement win, 34-21 over Southridge. And get this, it was the Raiders who actually jumped out to a 14-0 lead by the second quarter. But like Castle did, the Vikings rallied themselves. Posey scored twice before half to tie it at 14, and then carried that momentum into the third quarter, scoring 13 more points, and went on to win it by 13. Carter Schickel had 182 yards passing in the comeback win, but despite being down for much of the first half, the Vikes still remained balanced as Cade Mock ran for 141 yards and a score.
And now down in Kentucky, Owensboro had a tall task against Louisville State Xavier, and boy did they impress. The Devils held the Tigers to just 7 points en route to a 24-7 victory. The defense had not one, but 2 interception returns for touchdowns. Trey Dillard and Khalil Shemwell both did that. And a reminder that this is a St. X team who's annually one of the top programs in the state. And in Class 6A, Owensboro is in 5A. Even more impressive, OHS quarterback DeMarcus Ganaway Jr. was injured in the first half of this game and had to sit out for the rest of it. But Tyson Biggs did a fantastic job of keeping the Devils offense on schedule.
Yes, he did. And finally in Jasper, it was the 30th straight Week 1 meeting between the Wildcats and Memorial Tigers. This time it was Big Blue who started its season 1-0. MHS piled up 34 first half points and went on to win 48-14 over Jasper. The Tigers fell behind 7-0, but after that they just took over and basically never looked back. It was the largest margin of victory in the history of this rivalry as well. And Drew Ellis, well, he scored 4 touchdowns in this game, while Luke Brown looked confident and in charge of the offense under center. Jasper will be fine as they have a lot of talent, especially their QB, Jalen Mainers.
All right, now enough of the recap, but in a little bit more of a way, we're going to recap our favorite things. It's time for us to unveil our top plays of the week. These can be from any game by any player.
Yep.
The first play, what a run by North's Craig Engler right into your living room. Here it is. I'm about to slow it down. You can see that his arm is just going to be barely in for the touchdown. Here he's coming in. We're playing that one more time, slowing it down. And that reach is just so impressive and just I'm absolutely blown away.
Yeah, nice play there. All right, play number 2, North Posey's Carter Schickel running the 1-minute drill, fires downfield for Brody Fain, and he makes this ridiculous contested catch over the Southridge defender. Wow, really high points the ball and comes down with it. He would eventually catch a touchdown on the very next play, too.
That's incredibly impressive, Aaron. Now to the Jasper Memorial game now. Wildcats took their one and only lead in the game on the first drive, and Blaken Recker was a big reason why, as he hauls in this over-the-shoulder touchdown pass from Jalen Manners. What an impressive catch.
Yeah, that was pretty sharp. All right, as we said, Owensboro got that big one over St. X, and here's a reason why. As we said, they had 2 pick sixes, and here's the first one. Trey Dillard intercepting the pass near midfield and racing 40-plus yards for the touchdown, which made it 10-0 at the time. Khalil Shemwell had the other pick six, which was actually twice as long, a 100-yard job.
I couldn't even run that far if I tried, Aaron. All right, now have you guys ever wondered what it would be like to be a high school football practice or a player on the sideline during a scrimmage or a game? Well, we're about to show you.
Yes, it is time for our Mic'd Up segment. We put a microphone on head coach Zach Nero at North during last week's game of the week. So take a look and listen.
Guys, here we go. Locked in. Make sure we're staying back. Help us keep guys back.
First down.
Hey, Conley's right here. Is Conley supposed to be in? He's to the field. No, he's to the field. He's to us. He's to our side. He's to our side. Hey, here we go. Hey, be in your lanes. Deep breath. Have fun. Hey.
Our kicker should be the one making the tackle. Jesus Christ.
First down, 10.
Hey! Hey! Eagle! Cut! Hey, positive. It's okay. We were supposed to be purple. We're supposed to be man. It's okay, but it's trips. We got to get it. It's okay. We got to be louder. We got to be louder. It doesn't matter. And we got to keep being louder. We got echoes. So, hey, if it's you, it's okay. Just get coached up and do better. Defense, me. I'm ready. Good. Skelly, come here. Skelly! Hey, Skelly! Skelly! Come here. Body language. I'm just checking. What was it? Probably 7. What's that? What is it?
9, incomplete. There's a flag on the far side.
Is it offsides? Off it? Thank you. You're lucky I'm mic'd. You're lucky I'm mic'd up right now, as I have the best one for you right now. We'll talk about it later.
From 14 News, this is Touchdown Live, Player of the Week, sponsored by your Tri-State Ford dealers. There's more in store. Stop by today.
All right, now that was probably my favorite part of the night.
That was
but
cool.
We're going to have to do that every week here on In the Huddle, and that should be a lot of fun. But it is now time to unveil this week's Player of the Week. But first, let's revisit those nominees.
Yes, our nominees are Memorial's Drew Ellis. You see his stats there: 4 touchdowns, 116 total yards. Castle's Javon Onspach, 130 total yards, 8 catches, 4 tutties. North Posey's Remy Johnson, 69 total yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions, 9 tackles. And then Khalil Shemwell from Owensboro, 44 receiving yards. Buddy had 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. One of those touchdowns was the pick 6 we talked about a few minutes ago.
And so now it is going to be time to peel back that curtain and tell you who our Week 1 Touchdown Live Player of the Week winner is going to be. Drum roll, please, Aaron. Shh. And that winner is
Remy Johnson from North Posey. Congrats to him. The Vikings wideout and defensive back had 9 catches for 69 yards, 1 touchdown on offense. Then on defense, Johnson had 2 interceptions and 9 total tackles. There you see him, number 3. Not a big guy, but he makes big plays. There's one right there.
Absolutely. Now, each week moving forward, we'll announce the choices of our 4 Player of the Week nominees on Monday.
And then you folks at home have from Monday evening until Wednesday afternoon to vote as often as you want for your favorite player.
All you have to do is go to the 14 News app or 14news.com, then go to the Sports tab and find Player of the Week, and you'll click on that. Then you're going to follow the steps to vote.
And you can vote as many times as you want. And then on Wednesday, we will unveil the Player of the Week winner right here on Touchdown Live in the Huddle.
All right, now it's time to look at some of the games that we have coming up this Friday.
Yes, here are some of the most interesting matchups. We'll start in town where we have a couple of 1-0 teams squaring off, Castle and Mater Dei. As we touched on earlier, the Knights won a thriller by 3 over North, while Mater Dei put it on Central. So now Castle remains on the road as they travel into the Wrights Bowl to face MD. No doubt the Knights will get to see junior receiver Javon Onspach going again after his big week 1, and you can expect them to try to get the running game going, something they struggled with against North. As for the Cats, tailback E.J. Rainey had a big night against Central, so we'll likely see more of him. And while Mater Dei didn't have to throw much last week, I'm sure we will see more of Colton Salee airing it out a few more times this week.
And now over at Bundert Stadium, North will be hosting Memorial. That's the Huskies' second straight tough home game, and they'll no doubt be mad after coming up just a yard short of potentially beating Castle last week. But we'll have to see if they can mentally get over that. I'm sure they'll be more than hyped up to welcome it in Memorial. The Huskies' run game was really good last week, so we'll probably see more of that against the Tigers, who excelled in everything in their win over Jasper. They piled up 34 first-half points en route to their big win over the Cats, So expect to see their full arsenal of weapons again, including Drew Ellis, DeAndre Fellows, and of course, QB Luke Brown.
Over in Posey County, a couple games of note. Mount Vernon has its home opener against Boonville. The Pioneers just shut out Boise, so they're feeling good. But this game should be tougher against Pocket Athletic Conference rival Mount Vernon. But the Pios should be excited about freshman QB Bo Seiler. We'll see how he does in his first league game now against the Cats, who will be fired up for their first home date with new head coach Brad Higginson getting to make his home debut. Mount Vernon suffered a tough 16-15 loss at Forest Park. So you know they're chomping at the bit to try to forget that and get a win for their new head man. Should be a good one.
As should Tecumseh at North Posey. Both teams come in 1-0 and on a big high note after impressive wins. The Vikings have their home opener here, and they're feeling good after their big win over Southridge that we discussed earlier. Expect to see more of senior tailback Cade Mock after his 140-yard game last week, and Carter Schickel will continue to sling it. Meanwhile, Tecumseh looked good in its win over Princeton, and now they get a good test against the Vikings. The Braves won't back down from anyone, though. Dax Kramer had 150 yards rushing in last week's win, and they're more than capable of throwing it around too. So this could be a pretty good game as well.
It should. And now down in Kentucky, there are several good ones. In Owensboro, Apollo is hosting Heritage Hills. That should be interesting. They make the trip across the Blue Bridge. The Patriots roll over South Spencer, while the Eagles lost a wild double overtime thriller 58-50 to Murray. Heritage Hills doesn't look like it's missed a beat after graduating stars Jet Goldsberry and Tyler Ruxer. Tice Winchell ran the offense efficiently, and they had a host of guys who toted the rock effectively. Apollo is led by QB Max Johnson, who's just gotten better and better every year. It's his third year as the starter, so this should be a really interesting interstate matchup.
And finally, Henderson County is hosting Madisonville. The Maroons really ran it up on Union County, winning 59-19. The Colonels lost their opener, though, at last year's 5A state runner-up, Pulaski County. Madisonville had no problems replacing the offensive output of the now graduated Marquez Hightower. They'll try to keep the good vibes going at Henderson in the Colonels' home opener. They will definitely be in bounce-back mode after their Week 1 loss, but they did have one very bright spot as receiver Jackson Lovelace had a massive game last week with 167 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. So watch for him to make more big plays. This should be a very competitive contest. Now, thank you all so much for joining our Touchdown Live in the Huddle pregame show this evening. We'll have highlights of a bunch of games Friday night.
Yes, so be sure to join us back here for our Touchdown Live show every Friday night on 14 News at 10. And Allie, we'll see you there, right?